Okay, and welcome back, students taking Math for Business and Finance and Math Applications. We're finishing off with the last word problem, the odd numbered problem for the chapter, and that is problem 14-15, which deals with the average daily balance. So it says here, from the following facts, Molly Rowe has requested you to calculate the average daily balance. The consumer believes the average daily balance should be $877.67. Respond to the customer's concerns. Okay, so the beginning balance here was on let me try to do it here. On 318, beginning balance was $800. Okay, and from 318 to 324, that's 6 days. So over that period of time, 800 times 6 is $4,800. Okay. Now on 324, there was a payment of $60. Okay. So the balance changed to $740 on 324 due to that payment. All right. And over the next 5 days to the 29th, that balance was 740. So 740 times 5 is equal to $3,700. Okay. Then on 729, there was a charge for 250. Okay. So now the balance on 329 became $990. Okay. And that lasted for 7 more days. Okay. March has 31 days, right? So be aware of that. All right. That's why it's 7 days. Okay. Don't just automatically assume that that's 30 days. So there would be, 5 for April and 1 more for March. No, there's 2 days, 2 more days left in the month of March. So the $990 is for 7 days. And that comes out to, when we multiply that, that's $69.30. Okay. So on the 5th, there is a payment of $20. So that changes the balance to $970 on 4/5. Okay. And that balance is for 4 days. So that ends up being $3,880. Okay. Now, so on the 9th, there's an additional charge of $200. Okay. So now that changes the balance, the daily balance, to $1,170. So that was on 4/9. Now we're here. Okay. Now here's the catch. What is the daily billing cycle? The daily billing cycle is 28 days. Okay. Right. So in the chapter, when we're talking about theory, we kind of base it upon 30 days. Okay. And as the example. And this is one of these situations where, if all you're doing is you're just mimicking what's in the book, you're copying right out of the book and you're not thinking about the concepts, you're going to get this wrong, because in the chapter it showed you an example using 30 days. And in the videos, when I was covering the theory, I had discussed this idea of having 31 days in a month. Okay. And how that would change the remaining day before the end of the period. But this billing cycle is 28 days, and it's telling you it's 28 days. So I can't just automatically assume, because I saw an example in the book, that it's 30 days. If you do, you're wrong, okay, because you're copying out of the book. You're just replacing numbers. And you can't do that. You have to think about the concepts and apply it to the situation. So here, if the billing cycle is 28 days, okay, and so far we've got 6 and 5 is 11, 7 and 4 is 11, that's 22 days, okay, that means there's only 6 days in the remaining portion of the billing cycle. So we're going to multiply the 1170 times the 6 days, and that gives us 7,020. Okay, so without being, I know I'm going to repeat it, but pay attention. Don't just copy and mimic. Okay, so to move forward, now we add up all of these here balances, these extensions, and we end up with 26,330. Okay, and since there's 28 days in the billing cycle, we're dividing that 26,330 by 28 days, and so we get an average daily balance of $940.36. Okay, so that's what we end up with, and that's the correct answer right there. Now, just as a quick aside, let me erase this here to give myself space. What if you were the student who went and said, okay, I got to 26,330, but I wasn't paying attention too much? And I mean, I don't know why you would do that. I mean, because you came up with 6 days right here. If you went and said, oh, there's 30 days in the billing cycle, then obviously, this would not be 7,020 and this would not be 26,330. Okay, but if for some reason you came up with the 26,330 and then you said, oh, okay, I need the average daily balance, and I didn't think about it, and you decided to divide by 30, your answer would have ended up being 877.67. Okay, and that is wrong. Okay, so this is the correct answer because it's the average daily balance for the billing cycle. And that billing cycle is 28 days, not 30. All right. So I hope you got all of that. I'm not going to repeat it. I just want to, since this is the last problem for the word problems, I just want to point out here again that, I mean, math is real repetitive. If you understand the processes, and you kind of know the step by step by step, it does. It's killing me here going through this work. I stutter. My mind is off in another planet. Trying to repeat this information. I mean, it's difficult for me to make these videos because I don't think along these lines as a student, and I'm trying to think along the lines of a student and trying to pay attention to idiosyncrasies and things like this that come to me second nature because I've just done it so many times. And that's what you got to do. You have to understand the concepts, the processes, the steps, but you also have to pay attention and not just copy and mimic. You have to, think it through. And when you do see these things, you have to pay attention to it in order to be able to get it correct. All right, so with that said, I will see you all in the summary practice problems.